Well, welcome to Us Against the Gods. We're back from the holidays. A couple things before we do get started. If you know someone who wants to play in a Geomeric game, send them my way. I'd love to talk to them about either getting on the wait list or getting into a one-shot. All my campaign slots are currently full, so unfortunately I can't get you in immediately, but that wait list is the best way to get into a campaign. We also have a ton of stuff over on the YouTube channel. Go check that out. We've got shorts, clips, all the archives on there. Go check that out. That's over at youtube.com/@thegamemastereric. Go ahead and hit like, comment, and subscribe over there as well. We have the Patreon where we've did an art reveal earlier this week. We're going to be doing some really cool stuff on there this year. So get in on the Patreon. That's patreon.com/thegamemastereric. Sorry, wow. Patreon.com/gmeric. And then we also have the clip contest going on where you guys can be entered to win a drawing at the end of the month if you toss your clips and timestamps in the clip contest channel in the Discord. And we've got a really cool prize coming. I'm working with someone on it. I don't want to reveal what it is yet, but trust me, you're going to want to get in on that drawing. So get those clips and timestamps in. Well, let's go ahead and get you guys started because it is time to play some D&D. And we got so much to cover today. We're hoping Aowen can join us. We've missed them. All right. Well, you guys are adventuring in the lands of Toivoa. You have been working tirelessly to collect the shards of the baneful Ashwood Spire, a staff that has allowed portals to be created between the Fey realms and the material plane. As such, you've traveled across the planet looking for these shards and ways to gain political influence in order to get an audience with the Lady of Shadows in Ochukvok. Last time, you guys traveled up the Slashmaw River towards Ochukvok, only to find that there was a waterfall in the way. After a significant journey, you guys made your way to Rage Haven, where you guys got some mounts in the form of very large cats in order to ride past the falls. You successfully did so and have approached within sight of Ochukvok proper. That's where we pick up after you guys have taken a long rest overseeing the city. So the question becomes, ladies and gents, as you look over your destination, what would you like to do?
I wonder, does one simply walk into Ultrabook? Well, we've asked a lot about the Lady of Shadows and interacting with her, but ever ask about?
I wouldn't be surprised if she
is the city.
Wouldn't be surprised if she didn't have somebody getting ready to greet us at the gate upon our arrival.
I mean, we did speak to one of her shadeless, unbeknownst to us at the time, but definitely
only one way to find out.
We've got to try to get in there sometime, so.
True.
Oh, and I'm, like Twilight said, I highly doubt that she doesn't know we're coming.
Between the letters, the tokens, and everything else.
You have some very high-standing people coming. As a ruler, you'd want to know. And what threat they could pose.
If any.
Looks like COVID. Plenty of people are threatening.
I'm tiny and mighty.
And I suppose whatever we meet as we approach will be perhaps her way of testing us.
I think anything that she throws at us is a test at this point.
Well, let's not disappoint her.
Well, my personal opinion here is that she probably knows all about us at this point in time.
From that last interaction with the Shadeless, it doesn't surprise me.
She Covet takes her bag and puts it on the ground and, rifles through it and makes sure that the iron flask is where it's supposed to be. And breathes and is just ready for it to have her little dragon back.
Well, just
As
remember
she should
that,
be.
that I thought you were done. I'm sorry.
She just kind of pulls it out and inspects the flask, make sure it's intact, and she's like, "Soon, Absinthe. Soon. Just have a little more patience, please." And she puts the bottle back in the flask back in her bag. Cinches it up, puts it back on her back.
Well, I would say before we start, remember what we've been told, that we must show power and not weakness at any moment, because she respects power. Weakness, she'll eat us with it.
Very true. Also, remember, Bwinkle cannot show temper, cannot physically threaten, because that will end up that's a death sentence. Twilight, my love, I know you love to protect me, but hold your temper if possible, please.
I am nothing but grace and sense and sensibility.
I think you broke Kayla.
I find that hard to swallow.
And he gives a bow with a flourish.
If your sense and sensibility, then who is Pride and Prejudice?
Yes! God, I love you so much!
It's okay. The Little Women are right over there.
As long as he's trying not to be like Emma, then we are fine.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
You also know that the Lady of Shadows must be addressed with truth, with respect, and, at least according to Rufinus, with a perhaps degree of deference, be entertained rather than bargained with or manipulated.
You have to come to her with truth, 100%. Come as you are. Nothing flowery.
And Rufinus doesn't want her stirred.
And neither do we, my love. Remember.
But it was funny, huh?
My love, please.
Well then, let us keep our minds clear and our senses sharp, our wits about us. We will accomplish what we have set out to do. I'm going to give everyone 19 temporary hit points.
Thank you.
But we don't need them.
That you don't know of yet. They call us against the gods for a reason.
Well, may the gods be with us today.
Start walking toward
Jim, real quick.
Yes.
Because I am a glutton for punishment, do I hear anything of the whispers right now?
Yes.
Oh no. Oh no.
Run. Flee. Get out of here. The dangers. You will die in Ochukvuk. They whisper to you incessantly. The voices, if you listen to them, are telling you to turn away, run. This is not where you want to be.
Still haven't made up my mind how I feel about what I'm getting from these whispers. No, this is all in my head. Yes, Twilight's Call has voices in his head.
Some voices
I believe we all do.
Dude, you know.
The voices in my head.
Laura's going to start walking toward the city entrance.
So I've been told that I need to.
You've
Who
been,
was supposed to be the face of the party, the captain for this?
Eowyn.
I've reached out. I'm hoping anyone can make it. I suspect that they have slept past an alarm. So, you guys will have to deal with the fact that Eowyn's not feeling up to it today.
Okay.
So does that make Islarn or Covet the captain of the party?
Ooh, Covet is a good captain.
Or do you want me to take point on this one?
No.
Captain.
No.
Wow. That was resounding no from everybody. Holy smoke. Okay.
Why don't we let our ambassador take point?
I'm afraid. Oh, well. And she looks at Islaren and she's like, side by side?
That would work too, because she admires power.
Side by side works for me, and
So
all who have means to contribute. This is a team effort.
Together then.
Together.
All right. Well, let's start toward the gate.
Should we let our cats go now?
Yeah, we were told to just let them go. They could fend for themselves and make their way home.
All right. Once we let them go, there's no going back. So,
It's probably a good idea.
Right? Well, the
So,
cats are
Covet-
released.
yep.
They-
Winkle turns away and goes, "Bye bye, kitty."
The cat flees from you.
I bet you he's gonna need a chiropractor by the time he gets home.
As cats disappear into the sands, you guys are left without transport And only one real direction to go in. Islaren starts heading towards the gate, from what I heard. Everyone going with?
I'll be riding on my Pegasus.
Oh, yes.
I will walk as briskly as possible to keep up next to Islarin and Pegasus. I do have a horse that I can summon. All right, so she stands there for 10 minutes and uses and summons her phantom steed.
And I'll have Serona.
Cool. So as the
Cool.
6 of you approach the gate, the gates of Ochukvuk stand tall before you, but open. Between them stands an orc. He's balding. His jowls sag a little bit in a perpetual frown. He looks bureaucratic, holding a book before you, and the armor yet shows that he could be up for a fight. His green skin is dull and dry. As you approach the city itself, he looks at you and waits. No sign of surprise, no air of authority, except just his presence standing in the middle of the gate. As you approach, he looks at you all. Who are you?
I am Islarin, ambassador of the Shinoza Protectorate. This is Ayla Taylor of the Carrerial Isles. Twilight's Call. Covet Von Sin. Winkle. And Eowyn of the Blue Cloaks.
I am Velgrax, porter of Ochukvuk. What is your purpose here, Ambassador?
We seek entrance to the city in order to seek an audience with the Lady of Shadows.
His lip curls a little bit, almost in a sneer. And why do you think the Lady of Shadows would see you?
Because she has heard of our deeds. Because we have something to offer to her.
What do you have to offer to the Lady of Shadows that she would invite the ambassador of one of her enemies into her spire?
Lauren takes in that information, pauses, and considers whether or not this is something for only the Lady of Shadows' ears. She looks at Covet. It's kind of is something more sensitive to her.
You see that Eowyn has stepped up as well at this point. Eowyn, you stand before the gates of Ochukvuk, having arrived at long last. Hopefully the microphone is working.
So Eowyn, just out of character, this is just for Eowyn, just to speed you up. We have discussed, we have reminded each other what we are to do and not to do with the Lady of Shadows. We are at the gate trying to get in. We're talking to this guy here, trying to get into the city. and you are, just as a reminder, you are the voice of our group for this time. So kind of caught up at the moment. And you are muted.
Velgrax looks at each of you in turn. Your mounts may be considered offensive, but will be permitted within the city should you have purpose. Anyone is muted in the Discord. Hopefully they can figure that out.
Okay, so
The letter that we have received from Sultan Lego details what we are capable of offering. It is for the knowledge of the Lady of Shadows herself.
May I see the letter?
I'll hand it to him, unless someone else is the one who has it.
okay, so we have. Okay, so I'm so confused as to what's going on right now. I'm sorry. We have letters of the deeds already done in Shu. We have the letter from Sultan Lego, and future desires for interaction.
And he's asking for a letter that should give you access to Ochukvuk. He's looking for a reason to let you in or to not let you in.
So, okay, sorry. So Covet pulls out from, there it is. Covet pulls out the letter from the party inventory, the letter to the Lady of Shadows from Sultan Lego in Shadow Shaddai.
Very well. And you hand it to him.
I do.
Okay, you broke up there. Can you repeat that, please?
I said yes.
Okay.
I do.
He takes it and begins reading it. Occasionally, his eyes flick up to the party. He rolls it up just the way it was handed to him and hands it back to you. You are allowed
Take it.
access
Back in the bag.
to Ochukvuk. The city will not welcome you, but you may enter regardless.
May I ask, kind sir, why the city would not welcome us, as we have done nothing to offend?
The city of Ochukvuk welcomes no one. In the way that other cities do, where they greet people and encourage them to stay. No one is encouraged to stay in Ochukvuk from lands afar. Ochukvuk is the capital of Korlan, the ultimate country in Toivoa. Why would we welcome weakness within our walls? You are allowed access in order to have an interview with the Lady of Shadows. not welcome to start businesses or to meander about. You are not free in this city, but you are allowed access. Do not feel welcome. You are guests, yes, but you are not citizens. And he's going to step out of the way.
If attacked, we will defend ourselves.
There's no response. He doesn't even turn to acknowledge the statement, as he simply walks to the side and allows you guys to pass within the city.
I think that went without saying. Because if you lose a fight, you are weak.
Yeah.
We'll proceed on in.
Very well.
Should we still have our mounts?
No, we let them go.
Well, you do. You have Winkle. The rest of us have.
That's only in the bedrooms that he counts as a mount.
I mean, I have my Phantom Steed, and then there's Aegis, and then there's.
Yes, I understand.
Twilight,
should
did you
we-
hear you're the Phantom Steed?
Rider in the sky.
Ah. I'm not going to say anything about that. Mhm.
So are you going to dismiss Aegis and Sagaeus? Oh my lord.
Sharona.
Sharona.
Not at the immediate moment.
I will keep my options open.
And I will too.
Serves as a deterrent, at least for the immediate moment.
We'll just need to make sure that we go slow enough for the rest of the group, though. So. Onwards we go.
As you guys make your way into the city streets of Otrikvok, the stone buildings on either side loom above you, ominous and watching. You can see eyes peering out of windows. The streets are notably bare. There's only a couple of pedestrians here and there, but you're definitely being watched. The alleyways, the shadows shift. There's people around. They're just not out in the open.
I think I would be more concerned if we weren't being watched.
What time of day is it, GM?
It would be about noon. The moon in this art is false.
Got it.
As the sun illuminates you in this dark city, you're able to pass along. Are there any stops you want to make on the way towards the spire? As it's going to take you the better part of 2 hours to cross the city.
How do we look at the moment? I mean, I know we're not supposed to be flowery. We're supposed to come in truth, but do we at least are we like gross and nasty, or are we?
Covet, how do you look? Did you clean up after having traveled across the desert?
No, we might want to find a bathhouse, guys. So we at least wash our faces.
I would agree. We should be presentable.
Yes, presentable, but not dressed up.
Exactly. Come as we are.
I mean, shake out our clothes, but put them back on. I mean, you get the idea. I would love to find a bathhouse, but we need to ask directions. Do you see anyone to ask directions of?
Ayla, do you?
There's a couple pedestrians. You can approach one. As you come up to the pedestrian, they're going to look up at you. Yes? The little kobold hunkers away from you. His reptilian form, almost ready to stab and run both at the same time.
Do you know where would be a good place for us to get washed up?
Washed? Oh, baths. Yes, yes. Hollow bones. Down that way.
Thank you.
Hey, you forget something?
I will hand him a silver piece.
The kobold takes it, puts it in his teeth, bites it. Thanks. And will turn away from you.
Oh, it's that kind of place. Okay.
Hollow bones it is then.
Very well. You make your way down the street towards an establishment called Hollow Bones. The sign outside depicts a long feathered wing, and it says HOLLOWBONES, Hollow Bones. It's a pretty sign in this weirdly ominous city. It seems slightly out of place. The door seems clean, but all the doors, now that you look up and down the street, are clean. There's no litter around. There's some storage containers, some barrels in front of buildings, but no trash, no refuse, no feces in the streets. The place is nearly as clean as Shatter Shaddai. It's not what you expected from a city known to be home to the monstrous races.
They can be monstrous, but it doesn't mean they have to be gross.
True. As you open the door into the Hollow Bones establishment, you're going to see, standing behind a counter, a winged figure. Her white wings are gray with age. Her curved beak, sharp and intimidating. She looks at you with yellow eyes and smiles. Welcome to Screech's Hollow Bones. Oh, you definitely need some help. Do come in.
I enter.
We don't service the animals. They'll have to stay outside.
I dismount my phantom steed and dismiss him with a flourish.
Impressive. I didn't know that the magics of the phantom steeds had reached the smooth skins.
There is much that can be learned from many different peoples.
Always, always do come in, each of you, yes. Ah, we have one large communal bath. I'm sure the luxuries that you're used to will be foreign here. We have pumice stones and lava rocks to cleanse yourselves. Lumps of lye soap are at the edges of the pool. Bathe yourselves. The cost is 2 silver pieces per person.
Do you have any premium packages?
Premium packages. I'm not certain that the premium package that we offer is to your liking, young lady.
You might be surprised.
She raises a feathered eyebrow. If you'd like, we can provide a premium package, but I will have to send out for the attendant.
What does the premium package include?
It includes a night of, well, pain and pleasure.
That's a nope.
Coward. And she looks at Twilight and just winks. And she says, unfortunately, my husband does not share. So, unfortunately for the establishment, my husband does not share. So I will decline that premium package. Do you have one that's not quite so
Premium?
premium, as my associate would say?
No. The brothel specializes in delivering a certain experience upstairs. If you'd like, I can show you the space.
Not at this time, though I do appreciate the offer.
Very well. If you change your mind, let me know. Otherwise, bathe yourselves. You are safe here as long as you show no hostility.
Place my 2 silver, or I'll hand my 2 silver.
Cool. You realize there are no attendants. There's no other servants. No one else is in this place except for her.
We'll pay for covet myself.
Very well.
I pay for alien myself.
Cool. Awen, are you going to take a bath in this place?
Yeah, I'll pay too.
Very well. So, you guys are allowed access in. The bath here is more of a swimming pool than really a bath. It is steaming as you guys come in. The door, when it opens, a wave of fog rolls out. It's going to be a doozy of a hot spring bath. The rough rocks that are on the edge will allow you to scrub yourselves. It's going to be a rough experience. This is designed for people with feathers and scales as opposed to flesh and skin.
Well,
Wait.
Covet looks at the thing and she's like, if you find any sand, let me know. That's a great exfoliant.
The pumice stone will create sand as you use it.
That's true.
Twilight,
Yeah.
And it's a
you
little bit
realize the
handle that
opportunity
it-
to fix your hair has been presented. After all, exfoliant is the way to go, right?
When dealing with dreadlocks, absolutely.
Lots of exfoliant on the head, right?
My locks just cried out in terror at that.
Lauren's gonna have nightmares.
You're welcome.
Is Lauren's going to have nightmares? Think about Winkle.
That's what happened to Winkle.
A little hard on the exfoliant.
I resemble that remark.
I'm getting there. All right, so you guys undress and take a bath?
Yep, and we'll scrub the armor, prestidigitation, and all the other things as well on each square inch.
Cool. As you guys get all clean here, takes better part of an hour. Are there any conversations or plans you want to make while you're here? Prior to going to the actual gate of the Shadespire?
Eowyn, are there any plans or conversations you would like to have with your party before we go up to the spire?
Out of character, I still need to be brought up to date with whatever you guys discussed.
Remember, you're the one that's supposed to talk for us once we're in front of the lady.
Yeah, Twilight, that means other people shut up.
So Eowyn, out of character, the party got the sand slashes, the cats, and rode through the desert and went up around the waterfall to the outside the city of Ochaquoc. You guys just entered, and not much was discussed other than handing a letter to the porter to convince him to allow you entry into the city. As to what you guys are going to talk about when you go to talk to the Lady of Shadows, the team has not discussed anything yet. So everything's still up in the air and is available to be discussed. Cool? So right now, there is no plan other than to walk up and have one of you talk.
I think we have to see what we are going to have to do to get an appointment.
Well, the thing is that we have to be at Twilight.
On.
And we need to make sure that we make sure that when we, are there, we speak with, like what we've already said, in truth and that sort of thing. But we need to speak with one of the powers that be to even get an appointment with her. And I don't know how far this letter from Sultan Legos will go.
There's also the activities that we already did when we went into the ports.
Yes, we have made a name for ourselves. It's just, is it enough for her?
That thought had occurred to me because as we had to do things in order to get an audience with the Sultan, perhaps we will have to do some things to get an audience with the lady as well. So we need to be very honest in trying to find out what we need to do.
Well, Covet, before they say any more, She looks around. Can she see any servants?
None. The only person in the entire building is Screech Hollowbones.
Okay, so she looks at the party and says, I think we're safe-ish to speak here. Ish, as safe as we can be at the moment. I saw shadows on Screech Hollowbones, so we should be okay for the moment, I think. But not too. We still need to watch what we say, but still, you know.
We
Yeah.
need to be judicious in how we speak.
Very well put. It would seem, though, that there is a lot of knowledge that has been kept from the populace so far that we've met, which is not much, but how much we, quote unquote, smooth skins know. She seemed rather surprised that I was able to dismiss my steed so easily. Maybe we should take that into account moving forward. Plans. We have to have a plan.
I don't see making a plan until we get up there and find out what we got to do to get in here.
I mean, we have the pact that was signed.
That's not with us at the time.
That's on the ship.
Yeah. That's on the ship. We left that on the ship.
We were
For a
aware
reason.
of the pact that was signed. We've already handled the children of he who shall not be named. Out there on the seas north of the Bone Waste that was headed in this direction. We've already removed threats of the flowers. We have done things across the sands, across the seas. Already in support of both the Lady of the Shadows and others.
Morgatha, Cordric, Gruul can testify as to our actions defeating the necromancer in the port there.
And we
he's
know,
already conveyed
Necromancer?
this to her.
we know she must know we're coming because we have already spoken to a shadowless person who knew an awful lot about us. So she knows who we are. She knows we're coming.
When we were in Korgra Gruul, we asked the leader there to send a note on our behalf to the Lady of Shadows. Do y'all remember?
Yes,
I do remember.
That was the first time that we were in this area to start building a name for ourselves.
We do have a reputation. Or at least in these documents we do, at least. So I guess I don't want to say rest on our laurels, but kind of have to at this point.
I mean, that's been the point of stopping at all these places and seeking information, etc., and doing the things that we've done was in order to build a name for ourselves because we were told that she would be more inclined to see us if she had heard of us.
It's true. You know, case in point, with our host of this bathhouse might, we must be powerful and show it. Not just politically, not just diplomatically, but actually show it.
Yeah, physically.
Wasn't it Morg that sent a note on our behalf?
I believe so. But also in our dealings, I mean, let's see. Let's go through things that may not necessarily be documented. So, for me personally, I intimidated a red dragon, scared him, and he brought us pieces of his hoard. Then I ate fear. What we all got respect of the Australian people. We became wayfinders.
We passed the trials of Dragon's Point. We
And
crossed
I
the
would
sands of
also-
Australia.
Yes, I would also remind you that my father's signet ring that he gave me is a pass to see the Lady of Shadows as well.
So maybe when that's might be a good idea. When we get there, we look at go to the whomever's in charge and be like, we would like an audience of the Lady of Shadows, and you show that signet ring.
Yeah, because with that ring, I am the representative of the Cariol Isles, and you have found out that my island has more power than even I knew. So, Dad said we would be the Cariol Isles official representative with that signet ring. So that's a pass.
Then,
Yeah, that's a pass. Yeah.
and then with Eowyn, and she looks specifically at Eowyn. Eowyn, everything that you say has power. You speak truth. Even when, frankly, nobody wants to hear it. That's powerful in itself. That's why you were chosen, to represent us all.
Does anybody remember if Morgrath had a shadow or not?
I didn't even look.
I believe he did not.
With the 26, which she's scrambling her vision, her memories. Does she remember whether he had one or not?
Thinking back, you remember noticing that he did not have a shadow.
She's kept her eye on us this entire time. She knows everything.
She knows we're coming to see her and that we're in the city.
We know what
So
three things we need from her. We need. I'll take
Shard.
care to avoid saying that third thing, but yes, the shard and access to
Support.
And we've been
access.
we've been told that she can help free Absinthe as well. We mustn't forget the little dragon.
That is where, if she says no, that is our tipping point.
Meaning what exactly?
I say we lay it all out there. But I think the thing that's really going to grab her attention is Absinthe. She's been around for a long time, collecting power. And something like this,
I think she would
That
want
be
to
very
collect.
hard for her to miss.
I would think she would really want to control whatever is in absinthe.
Agreed. Well, if it comes to that point, then that's what we'll do. I think that freeing absinthe of this is going to be. Sorry, that's my dog. He's very not well at the moment, and he's letting us know. I think absinthe
Poor baby.
is going to be important.
And I think we have the outline of a plan.
I think so.
Poor baby boy.
I really can't talk much because he is howling.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. I think we've got him under control. But I agree. I think we have a semblance of a plan.
So I guess we should get dressed and head out.
Let's go
Yes.
then.
Cool. So as you gather your various equipment, get dressed and rearmed, Screech allows you guys to leave. Have a pleasant day, and may the claws of the city not tear your flesh.
Thank you.
She looks,
And may the
Shock-
meat on your table be fresh.
as you say that, she smiles. Indeed. She finds thank you to be weak. Twilight's response was more socially acceptable to her.
I'll remember that.
Covet takes note of this and remembers the interactions of those of the rude sand and says, not quite that bad in her head, but close.
Running down the street at this point, you see three figures. One of them leaps up a wall like a giant spider, but gray and almost toad-like, wearing black pants with suspenders. He's followed by a individual with plate armor and bright green hair, and a woman in a long white robes with a hood. They quickly dash into an alleyway and disappear from view.
If you don't want to stand out, don't wear bright colors.
Maybe we they
I
do.
get the sense that
With all of. Go for it, Asarn. I'm sorry.
the sense that they are the type of people who enjoy standing out.
I wonder and this is something that's going through her head. Are they jumping from shadow to shadow?
They're trying to, ineffectively.
But most things that they do observe when they do see them is jumping from shadow to shadow.
No, they're running. They're trying to hide in this city. They're trying to get away. These are fugitives.
Fugitives from the lady?
Hey
or
guys, I think these are fugitives.
Fugitives from whom or what? That's a good question to find out, too.
As you guys continue down the street, you'll lose sight of these three figures. And off to the right, there's an open door. Looking in the door, you see the dead forms of easily 30 people lying in hall off to the right. The scales of a
Wow.
dragon litter the street in front of the door.
Oh, we must have found the spot where somebody like killed a dragon and beheaded him right then and there. The one that we saw over the cliff.
Oh, yeah.
Keep moving.
Don't take anything because she looks in the building. I think they got that covered and have claimed it all.
So, walking past, or do you guys want to investigate that?
And keep walking.
Kevin does want to know the name of, does want to see if there is a sign for that area.
There's a sign. It says Bert's Bakery.
Bert's Bakery's been baked.
Nope.
Remind us to question what is in their pastries.
It's a meat pie.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Best
afraid of.
pies in London.
I'm so proud of you guys. Oh my gosh.
Welcome to musical trivia with Us Against the Gods.
Pretty well.
The demon of Barbara.
So, as you leave this murder scene behind, you're able to continue going until you come to the base of the Shadespire. As the black spire of stone rises before you, the gates are ominous and closed. They open, though, as you approach, and a black-robed figure with stark white skin and a red sash steps forward. You are expected.
Wow.
As expected.
Your documentation, please. I am Thurza Blacktongue. Servant of the lady. He notably does not have a shadow.
I hand her the letter from Sultan Lego again. Or not again, but
Yeah. And she looks at Ayla.
And I will pull out my father's signet ring and I guess just show it to her.
Okay?
I'm assuming it's a her.
It's a him.
Them.
It's kind of hard to read. Officially, it's a male, but it's hard to read.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's intentional.
Okay.
They take the document and look at the signet ring. Nobles from afar. You have come to the spire to meet with the Lady of Shadows. Your mounts will not be permitted within. They must remain outside. But you have earned audience with the Lady of Shadows today. Do you wish to enter, knowing full well that very few who do ever return?
Cabot looks at the group for anybody that says no.
Lauren just nods.
That's what we came here for.
Winkle takes a nice deep breath and goes, all right.
Eowyn, you good to go in?
Twilight will nod and dismiss Serena.
Very well. Eowyn, you good to go inside this place that very few return from?
Yeah, good.
Covet, does your glass have a hole in the bottom of it?
No, hubby put maraschino cherries in my champagne, and some of the syrup landed on the bottom, so can't let it go to waste, right?
You're going to
It's
leave
a
Aegis
few.
outside, okay? All right.
Covet looks at Eowyn and says, "You ready?"
Hey, right.
Sorry, I could not hear you. Can you speak up?
I said I'm ready.
Then you may enter that which none should assault. Be respectful and know your place. As you look at the doors, you realize that the gates here, when closed, would form an impenetrable cliff face. You're allowed entry. And as you go through room after room, you are led to a throne room. It looks like this.
I'm just saying that looks like something out of Game of Thrones, and it's glorious.
Yeah, I just said this is absolutely gorgeous.
Worked hard to get these right. I did a lot of drawing and then had to do some enhancements to make this work.
It's gorgeous. Looks like carved ebony.
That's what I was going for.
Or
As,
obsidian, one of the two.
as you guys come in, your escort, Black Tongue, gestures, please, make yourself comfortable. The lady will be here shortly. She is attending to another issue of state at the moment. And he's going to walk away, leaving you guys completely alone in the throne room.
Not gonna lie, the stray thought that went through Twilight's head about being comfortable is to go find the best seat in the house.
No.
No,
Did say it out loud. I'm saying that this is the thought that went through Twilight's
Everybody
head.
just knows and just looks at you and just goes, no. How you feeling, Eowyn?
No pressure. None whatsoever.
She stomps on Twilight's foot.
What?
No,
I'm
but
trying to
you've
give
got-
her no pressure.
notice that the steps on Twilight's foot as we've gone through this whole thing has changed immensely to stomps on Twilight's foot.
He's lost feeling, dang it.
It's lost all meaning. He expects it at this. He's already hard in the top of his boots.
She's like, that didn't hurt like it should have. I'll go for the shins next time.
Can I get a refresher on what we're talking about with her?
Be honest. Be truthful. Don't hide anything.
No,
I know,
what-
but
She already knows.
What are we wanting from her? Is what I think.
The shard of the Baneful Ashwood Spire. Support for securing the grove. Access to the grove.
We were told,
Limiting the influence of the Fey realms onto the material plane.
That's
and
Lauren, you were saying?
Cleansing absinthe.
yes, that's where I was going to. Yeah, we wanted to.
That's a bargaining chip.
That's our bark.
Yes.
It's both.
That's
Yeah.
it's both,
Yeah.
but primarily a bargaining chip. If she says no, it's one of those things of I have power that she doesn't. So, out of character. Of course, this is all of what can we do to make sure that we can get access to Shantara Grove, get the shard, and get support to take over, to reclaim Shantara Grove.
Any particular type of support we should be asking for?
She is the Lady of Shadows.
We need, even if we get
Her.
this shard, don't we need another one?
We do.
Yes. We have a
That's
lead on
number
that.
5. We would still need number 6.
So maybe she knows where it would be?
Potentially.
Entirely possible.
But that's what Rafinus has promised to give us should we not overly excite the lady.
Are you okay now, Aowen? Do you understand what needs to happen? Because if not, ask questions now.
Are we using your dragon as a bargaining chip, or are we just looking for help?
That's not the opening, but eventually, yes, as a bargaining chip.
When should I bring it up?
You don't. That is something that I do. Because, and this is something that Islaren and Ayla and Twilight will all agree with me, is that when you're in the midst of a negotiation, you never show your full hand. Ever. Not until absolutely necessary. Have you ever watched, and out of character, have you ever watched the game of poker?
No.
Okay. So with poker, you have a handful of cards, right? You're able to switch out 2 or 3, depending on what kind of poker game you're playing. And you to make your hand better. But during that, you have a time where you can show your where you're trying to bluff your character, your hand. You don't want to bluff, you want to negotiate. But you know what you have in your hand. and you want to always have the winning hand. You always want to have a hand that's better. And with absinthe, that can make your hand the winning hand, if that makes any sense. But that's a card that you hold, that I hold, that you know about, but it's something that I would bring forward that she doesn't know about. And this is all out of characters, just so you can understand a little bit better. Am I making sense?
You're making sense.
Okay. So, you're going to bring everything forward, but absinthe is something that I would bring forward. Okay? So do you feel more comfortable going forward?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure you're comfortable before we go anything in game. So, okay.
We need to pause. We can.
Mm-hmm.
Cool? All right. That's when the doors on the sides will open and two figures from each side will enter the room. They will come in and flank the throne on either side, looking menacing and ready in case you guys decide to not be peaceful. Black Tongue is among them. He nods acknowledgement to you and will gesture to the people at his sides and introduce them, starting with himself. I am Thurza Blacktongue, advisor to the Lady of Shadows, and her voice to the people. To my opposite is Nisara the Veiled, the tiefling who guards the magics and the treasury. My enforcer and chamber guard, Vilkrin Duskveil, ogre and gladiator, breaker of dragons, and Zerka the Fang, beast handler and shade wrangler, servant of the Lady of Shadows. All of us serve at her whim. May I be honored to present to you the Lady of Shadows. Walking into the throne room, a cold presence glides in and forms atop the throne. The woman that you've been looking to meet for over a year of in-game time and almost 2 years of real life time. The Lady of Shadows forms on the throne. The mists and swirls of black smoke and shade coalesce into this austere, ostensibly human or half-elven figure. Her long black hair is well brushed and perfect. The diadem on her head shows her authority, but not more than the power in her eyes. She looks at each of you in turn. You have come to me. It is time. Your presence is foretold, your arrival expected. Come, let us speak in earnest. My servants here are cautious and wanted to ensure that you meant no hostility. Do you wish to attack us now?
Khaled will look pointedly at Aowen.
We don't wish to attack anybody.
Can I get a persuasion check from you, Aowen?
Oh, please, dice gods, be with us today.
It's only one of the major climaxes of the campaign. With a 24 on the persuasion check, the Lady of Shadows will give you a smile, finding that honest and truthful, and she will wave all 4 of her attendants away because you were so convincing, leaving you in only her presence.
Aowen.
My attendants are cautious. They seek my protection to ensure that the country of Corlin is protected. You have been foretold. You seek something, though, from me that was not told to me. Come, let us speak plainly. Why are you here, where few dare enter and fewer dare leave?
Everybody looks at Aowen.
We seek support to regain one of the shards and access to Sharon Grove.
You seek a shard of the baneful Ashwood Spire and to gain access to the Shantaran Grove?
Yes, because from what I know, we believe one of the shards is in there.
The shard is not within the Shantaran Grove. But I will speak plainly. I have a vested aim in the Shantaran Grove myself, as well as the baneful Ashwood Spire. I know that you travel with 4 of the shards. So, you seek a 5th and 6th. One of them is in my possession. I know not where the 6th is, but the portals between the planes, the rifts that have formed between the material plane and the Shantaran Grove have allowed something of mine to escape. Something of mine was stolen in order to infect the Shantaran Grove. And I would like to have it back. Now, I understand that you need the shard in order to return and close the portals to prevent further leakages. I am amenable to this. I could be convinced, given appropriate negotiations. Why do you believe that you should reclaim the Shantaran Grove? What makes you think you can?
and look at Twilight for the first part of that question.
So I was very much waiting to see whether or not y'all were going to let me chime in on this one or not.
Not yet.
We will not.
And hold on. Don't wait. This is, and yes, Aowen, and I'm just gonna say out of character, you are correct. They're confirming something with me. You are correct. But I also sent you a question in Roll20.
Before I answer your question, do you mind me asking what was stolen from you?
She raises an eyebrow. Very shrewd. A pet of mine was taken. A project that I had been breeding. I want it back. It's a form of spirit, a shade, an infection that I had been using, and I want it back. It's likely been used and abused to cause the Shintaran Grove's presence, the darkness, and the permeance of such power comes from my progeny. I want my child back. I want the child of shadows returned.
And at that note, Twilight will make the comment, and I want what was taken from me returned.
And what is that?
The grove itself.
I cannot return what I have not taken.
Didn't ask that of you. Just that is my goal.
You of the blue cloak, Eowyn, would you agree to a pact in exchange for the return of the Child of Shadow? I will pre-give you the shard of the baneful Ashwood Spire.
Would you know where to start looking for your child?
In the Shintaran Grove, I'm sure.
Then I'd be willing to make the pact.
Very well.
If there is and she steps forward and says, if there is a means of control.
A means of control? What do you mean?
You need someone, not someone, something to help you control it, correct?
To bring it back.
To bring it back, right?
It is held captive. If it is released, if the Child of Shadow is released, it will return to me. It will choose
But
to
you
do
need-
so. It is
what
bound
you
by a fiend, a woman of Fey power who I have no access to. I want you to kill Thalia Neverworld.
Well,
Gladly.
what you sound like you need is an edge, correct?
You are that edge, if I am being honest. You have presented yourselves as a knife to be used against powers that I have no access to.
What if I gave you something in return to keep you that edge? And we in return would receive the shard, the support, and the assistance that is needed at the Grove.
I am
I
not
think I
certain
have that.
what assistance we can provide. Other than from here, we can provide some power here. What exactly did you need?
If you give me just but a moment, it's in my pack. And she puts her pack down, and she looks at her pointedly,
For the record, she
not
asked
making
what
any
you
motion.
needed, not what you're presenting.
Needed?
Yes.
What I needed? That's not what I heard.
What
Okay.
do we need from her?
We need the shard.
No,
Wait,
She's agreed
the
to that.
shard. Okay, we need.
So let me go ahead and pause for a
Whoa.
second. We're going to pause for just a second.
I'm confused now
We're going to clarify.
because my brain's going 5 million miles now.
Understood. I understand it's an intense moment. We're going to pause for a second to clear things up. All right? So we're out of character for the moment. She has agreed, based off of Aowen's persuasion check, to provide you guys with the shard of the Baneful Ashwood Spire in order to get the Child of Shadow back. She understands that in order for you guys to get back there and handle the Shantaran Grove and free her project, her progeny, the Child of Shadow, you guys need the Baneful Ashwood Spire shard. She recognizes that. She's willing to give that to you guys because it leads towards her ends. Make sense so far?
I think so, yes.
Okay. She needs you guys to have this in order for her project to function. You guys have then subsequently asked for assistance in assaulting the Shantaran Grove in order to get to that aim. She's asking you what form of assistance does that take, because she's not going to be able to be there at the Shantaran Grove because you guys have the shard. You guys are going to be the ones teleporting there. What can she provide to you guys now that will assist you in that venture? Does that make sense?
Okay.
And instead of
So
answering her,
with
you're
that
like,
going forward.
we're going to offer you this. She's asking you,
No.
what help do you
Well,
need?
okay, no, I'm not going to offer her back. I'm not going to offer her anything yet. So back up, just because I was not understanding at all. Is that okay, GM?
Yep. Does this make more sense?
100%. I had too many ducks, and they were not in a row.
Very well.
Okay.
Any other questions before we unpause?
Quack, quack.
All right. Unpause.
Exactly
We're going
what
to
I
go
was thinking.
back in character. There we go.
Okay. So what we would need from you is we would need protection from the shadow in the grove. We would need ability to possibly control what was around us, not all. Or what you would allow us to control at that moment. But also, and potentially being able to see in the shadows in particular. I have heard that it is very difficult to see in them, at least. But More importantly, we both agree Talia is a problem. You seem to know her well, know her best. What weaknesses does she have?
I do not know. You realize for a second that the Lady of Shadows has revealed a weakness. She does not know the weaknesses of her enemy. What I can do, if you are willing to submit to it, is that I can infuse you with similar energies to those that the Child of Shadows contains, to help you resist the taints of the Shintaran Grove, to allow you to travel without succumbing immediately to the terrors that exist there, to allow you to see at least partially in the darkness, and to know what threatens you. But such a gift requires power and does not come without a cost.
Covet stand there just for a minute, just to make sure that she has said everything that she is going to say. Correct. Okay. Covet looks at her and says, is there a potential way of cleansing the grove once Thalia is defeated?
Once my child is free, then the efforts to cleanse the grove could commence, I presume. Without the child in bonds, the power of the grove would wane. It would not be an easy task, for certain, but it could be done. From what I understand, and the knowledge that has been given to me, you have connections within Ashelion, the capital of the Fey Realms. You are associated with this one, the Twilight's Call. He obviously has passion for the location. You have allies who would work to free the grove, to clear it of its corruption. You must understand, my progeny has been corrupted and used to corrupt the wildlife and beings that exist there. Removing my progeny will not cleanse that corruption, but simply remove the source. The efforts to clear the Shintaran Grove will likely take many, many years after the darkness is lifted.
Covet looks at the group. Twilight first, and then it's Lauren, Ayla, Aowen, and Bwinkle. Wondering if they would be, kind of with a nod to each one of them, wondering if they would accept it and the offering of absinthe and the power behind it, cleansing absent. Because she wouldn't do it unless everybody was 100% certain at the second.
What energy
Without hesitation.
is what energy is
Miss Lauren,
this
go
that
for it.
what energy is this that you would infuse us with that the Child of Shadows contains?
Repeat the question.
What energy is this that you would infuse us with?
She doesn't smile, but looks at you earnestly, honestly, and coldly. We would present you with a small fragment of the energy that I use. That I use as power. You would become shadeless. Casting no shadows in a place where shadows are corrupted would allow you to not have your presence and essence tainted. You would not be bound here to the Shadespire, but rather be empowered by me in order to fulfill our mutual aims. No long-lasting loyalty be necessary, and should you request the return of your shade and the voluntary return of the powers, I would grant it. But for those who accept the Shade Shear, I would take your shadows and keep them here, empowering you as I empower all of my servants. Out of character. This is a big decision for you guys. I want you guys to take some time, even if it's after this session. You guys do not need to decide in this session whether you want to or not accept this, and it is not a universal decision that you guys have to make for the whole group. You can individually decide this on your own for each person. I'm not going to tell you what that does. So, just for the record, you are not bound as a group to decide this. You guys could individually decide this, but it will impact at some point if you guys ask for time, because I know this group really, really well after having GM for you guys for more than 2 years. You guys will likely want to go ahead and have a period of time to discuss this, etc., which is totally valid. So, going back into character now. If you decide to accept my offer of becoming shadeless, we can proceed in the next few days. But there is a cost, as I require a power source in order to fulfill the magics. There are certain tasks that I could send you on, or if you have artifacts or things that I could drain the power of to feed the ritual, we could discuss that. What do you say?
Or toward Covet?
Covet nod, but it's because you guys know her so well, she would reiterate in that nod of, this is temporary. You can give it back. This is not permanent. Just for now. She has stated it, and she kind of brings her hand to her ear and says, it's a, insinuating to even those that are not Fae, particularly Winkle, Aowen, just kind of as a nervous tick kind of thing that you would have, and show that it's a deal. It's a Fae deal.
It's a means to an end. It's a pathway of achieving a desired end state. It's securing allies and assistance, which was the desire of our pilgrimage, our pathways. This is why we've come.
So Covet looks at everyone and just says, and just kind of raises an eyebrow. Is this, once she gives the look, this is what this is. Temporary. It's a big deal. Is an out. Are you willing?
I'm in.
Our nods.
She looks at Winkle.
Winkle is uncomfortable with us at this point.
And Ayla as well.
But going back,
Out of
character,
out of character. I know it's temporary. I got that. My question is, and this is why I'm uncomfortable with it, and this is out of character.
Mhm.
If you were to take this power and give it back, would there be any, for lack of any other term, ill effects or damage done to me personally? And I don't just mean physical, I mean mental, psychological, all of it, as having had this power temporarily.
Residual.
And would there be any residual problems with it? That's my
Peter Pan trying to sew his shadow back on.
right.
But you'd be open to that, at least hearing the question.
yeah, I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't be. I don't see why it would be a problem to ask that question out of character at all. Because, and the thing is, I don't think that Covet would know in general, just because of the fact that she is Leslie's patron. Again, all of this is out of character. And I'm supposed to be there to figure out what it is she does and does not know and how it operates. So I really, honestly, I don't think that Covet would know. As well, frankly, because, well, the Lady of Shadows, as gorgeous as she is and everything, she's older than dirt. And she does not have that kind of knowledge yet. And that's one of the things that Covet is trying to do, is gain that knowledge.
Well, Winkle has a problem with it because it's magic. I'm a non-magical creature.
And that's where Covet would be like, it is reversible. All you would have to say is, I don't want this, take the power back, and it's gone kind of situation. But again, like what Ayla said, it's very much of what is the effects once your shadow has been returned. Is it shade less only? Does age less go with it? What's the whole point of that? Because it seems to me, and this is again out of character, that you're sacrificing a part of your soul.
Yeah, and that bothers me. um, I see where it would be important. I see where it could be useful, particularly as we approach the portals and eventually get into Shantari Grove. I just want to know. I don't know about when it comes back. I mean, I'm sacrificing part of my soul. Is it going to hurt my soul ultimately? Is my question, I guess. Maybe I should ask her if she's ever done this before.
You know she has. She's done it many times before.
Okay, so she would know then if there was any residual effect, correct?
She would know. Ayla wouldn't.
That's what I'm talking about. The lady would know.
We're all out of character right now, so we're just having this discussion. That's perfectly
Yes.
valid.
Okay.
GM, I sent you a message too, by the way.
Yeah, you haven't looted anything yet.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to make sure that
Yeah.
we're on the same.
For the record, someone last time redeemed 100,000 channel points in order to get a lore item in the next loot pile you guys get. No loot pile yet.
Okay, cool.
I see
Okay.
Twilight
Okay,
looking
so are
around
we all
for
on the
some
same
little
page?
rock or something to pick up.
The thing
Okay.
is that, so in regards to your question, I don't see it being a problem for something this big. I don't see it being a problem with you asking her for, for clarification, as long as you are, just very, of course, respectful and such. So
Okay. But then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask her. Okay.
I do have a question for GM.
Yes.
If we go and fight these shadows and we don't have this,
Yeah.
can we see these things?
I'm not going to answer that one.
Okay, that tells me what I needed to know.
It doesn't tell you anything.
Darn.
Well, it tells you, I'm not willing to answer that. That's all it tells you. I'm going to... Okay, I will go ahead and I will give you a little peek behind the curtain on things. Other groups have been to the Shintaran Grove and been able to fight things. So it's not impossible. Is it hard? Yes. Is it intended to be hard? Yes. It's not impossible. Take that for what it's worth. But
I will also say,
They
because we
survived,
have-
though. Have they survived?
I will say this too. We were also part of the group where you explained the takeover of Shantari Grove, and we all died in a heartbeat.
So there have been 3 groups that have been to the Shintaran Grove. 3 campaign groups that went to the Shintaran Grove. You guys know that I've run, I think it's 14 groups in the Toivon campaign setting now, and I now run 8. One of the groups...
And this is all out of character,
right,
just so we know.
We're just out
for
of character.
ourselves
Right.
as players.
Yeah, this is all out of character. Out of character, one group went to the Shintaran Grove, raided the Shintaran Grove, went into one building and left. They had to GTFO and leave. They fled the Shintaran Grove. One group was involved in the creation of the Shintaran Grove and they TPK'd. And one group went to the Shintaran Grove and 4 out of the 6 of them didn't return. 2 of them have. But 4 of the 6 of them are somewhere in the Shintaran Grove still, now corrupted. So, is it a pleasant place? No. That's up to y'all to decide.
Okay, I'm in.
All right. You guys,
All
you still
right,
have
I'm
character.
in.
You guys can still talk about it. But yeah.
I'm in.
Got
We
us all.
should still ask.
Yeah, we all said yes.
All right. Are we good to go back into character?
Yep.
All right. You good, Eowyn? Been kind of quiet. Just wanted to check in.
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right. Cool. Going back into character. Woo, 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 woo. These are options that are provided to you. But we would need some form of power in order to ensure the ritual is successful.
That may be true, but Ayla, did you have a question for her first? You look a little confused there.
Yes, I would like to ask you, my lady, if the magic is removed and our shadows are returned, are there any residual effects to our souls, our psyche, whatever you want to call it, that you know of or that you are aware of?
She looks at you and raises an eyebrow. First, being shadeless is not without emotional cost in its own right. Being separated from that which you find familiar is taxing. Can I guarantee that you will remain who you are? Indeed not. Rather, I can guarantee that you will not be the same person after being as shadeless as you are before. But nor will you be the same if you choose not to. Every day modifies who we are, from one to the next. Being shadeless will change your perception of reality. The temptation to remain and maintain the power will be strong. Should you accept it, turning away from it will be difficult, not in mind, but in desire. You will want to keep the powers that I provide, for they are strong. But the experiences you have when using them will change you. You will not lose part of your soul from the process, but rather from the experiences you undertake after the process itself. Going to the Shantaran Grove will change everyone, regardless of if you are shadeless or not.
Thank you for your honesty, my lady. I began to understand that there would be definitely a change in terms of experiences, and that always changes a person. But thank you for your honesty and your candor.
She gives you a very almost imperceptible nod.
Say that once more, GM. You kind of broke in.
There
and
is
out. I'm
an
sorry.
almost imperceptible nod to Ayla in acknowledgement of her thanks for the candor and honesty.
So Covet looks at everyone and waits for their yes or no.
Yes.
Yes,
Miss Lawrence, yes.
Twilight has already stated yes in chat. What about you, Aowen? And she looks at Aowen.
I'll do it.
Cabot looks at the Lady of Shadows and says, "We will do it."
Very well.
You said that you needed power, correct?
Yes. Something
What
of
kind of
emotional value. I can send you on a quest, a mission, as the first show of loyalty to the crown, to the throne. Or you can provide me something of emotional value that we can drain in order to feed the ritual.
I think I have that. If you'll allow me to pull it out of my pack.
Very well. With your passive insights, everybody, if you guys were to take the mission, it's going to be an emotionally taxing mission because she's looking for emotional power in order to drive the Shadeless ritual. Otherwise, Covet could offer Absinthe and have her drain Zokareth from Absinthe. And I think that's the direction Covet's going.
And that's the direction I'm going. But if there is something that you would rather me do,
doesn't matter to me.
and this is not to you. Does not to you. I'm talking to the rest of my group right now, out of character. If there is something else last minute that you think that I should do, then we do it. But right now, I have the way. I have Absinthe. Absinthe is the bargaining chip because it is all emotion with him.
We all love that little dragon. I don't know if it'll be enough, but we had agreed earlier that this would be a bargaining chip, and I say, go for it. Part of the deal was to get Absinthe clean, so go for it.
Okay, so for the player, I'm just gonna say, Islauren, yes, I understand. Pull the lever. Okay, Winkle and Aowen, Twilight, just confirming.
Sure.
Aowen. All right. So back in character, Covet will take off her backpack and place it in front of her, kneel on the ground very slowly, and open her pack to where Absinthe's iron flask is, and lift the flask in her hands and says, "I have something that's very, very important to me. But he is tarnished with an essence that does not belong to him. It may or may not be enough for the ritual. But I am willing to allow you to pull the essence of an correct? Or no, I'm saying this wrong. I'm saying
Zokareth.
Zalkareth. Excuse me. Zalkareth. Yes, Zalkareth. Sorry, there's so many Z names.
It's an X. There's no Z.
I will let you pull the essence. Yeah. Zokareth. From my familiar, Absinthe. I am certain that you have heard his name before. Zokareth.
This is a good choice. Bring me the flask.
Is it enough?
I do not know.
And before she steps forward, she looks at the flask, and she just murmurs to Absinthe, "Oh, please, little friend, don't be mad at me. I have tried so long for this moment to free you. I hope it's not." And with a deep sigh, she takes the first step forward to the Lady of Shadows. And she takes the flask and hands it in her and puts it in her hands and says, "When you are ready for your part of the ritual, please let me know. There is a password on this flask, so it would not open. Only I know the password."
He smiles at you. When you are ready, speak your password and unlock the flask, that I may consume the power.
And with that, Covet nods and turns back and walks back pointedly to her group to be in unity with her group. And she looks at each one of them and smiles and says, and asks, "Are we ready?" She
Ready.
will ask this many times to make sure that those that are not Fae understand what they're doing.
Yep.
Yes.
Anyone?
I agree.
Okay, it's Lauren.
Yep, go ahead.
And she looks at Twilight.
He gives her a wink.
And she looks at the Lady of Shadows and nods and says, and actually yells, not yells, but raises her voice a bit so the whole area could hear her. And she says, "Venger."
As you say Venger, the Lady of Shadows' eyes widen. And a couple things happen all at once.
Dun, dun, dun.
First, the wax on the flask, on the iron flask containing your little friend, your pseudo-dragon familiar that's been contained there, corrupted by the powers of a demon. The wax cracks, and the lid is ready to be opened. But then from behind you, you hear a low chuckle. You feel darkness swirl around you like a cold breeze. The Lady of Shadows looks at you. You spoke his name. Why did you call to the shadows? For the shadow demon?
I'm sitting here, and as a player, I'm like, "Oh shoot! Oh shoot!" I'm staring at my notes. Hold on.
Eric, GM Eric sitting over here with two vertical lines, pause.
So sorry. I'm looking for it. I've lost my spot in my notes, and I know it's here. This is so embarrassing. I'm so sorry, guys.
It's not like this campaign's been going for 2 years.
No, I lost my bookmark, and that's what makes it so frustrating. Holy smoke. Okay, just because I'm having a
almost
hard
3 years
time,
now.
GM.
Yeah.
I know, almost 3 years, and it's very frustrating. I actually have it. I have it marked in my notes, and I'm having a real hard time finding
Sure.
it. Can I just, for the hell of it, roll a history check just to make sure that I have what I'm supposed to have? Because I'm having a really hard time finding it.
Of course.
But I know it's...
Of course.
A 13 doesn't help me.
What are you trying to find?
So it's the history of Avenger.
Avenger? Okay.
Why he was there. Avenger. Yeah. Why he was so important. And I have it in my notes, and I can't find it because I have his whole history, and now I'm having a hard time finding it. So please bear with me. I am so sorry,
well,
guys.
we're just going to go ahead and cover that. Avenger was a shadow demon that was exonerated and redeemed, and was influential in Zokareth's release from hell. And you used this as both a taunt and a influential word in order to contain Zokareth. Basically saying, Venger, the one who is more powerful than you, is the one keeping you locked in. That's kind of the mentality that you had going for it.
Yep, and that's what I've got right now. Because I just found it. No lie, it's right here. So with that being said, she's going to look at her dead in the eye and says that sacrifices must be made for the greater good. As kind of a taunt, but at the same time, knowing exactly what she did.
Words have power. And that word is known to me. Interesting. You are more in touch with the shadows than you realize. Where did you learn such things, as she's currently holding the iron flask unopened?
Do you want the power or not?
She smiles and holds the iron flask, waiting. You realize all of a sudden the power balance here has shifted. She holds the power sitting there in her hands. You can't go and take it from her without fighting her. You guys have made a deal with her to the point of she's offered you the Baneful Ashwood Spire's shard in order to free her progeny. She's in a position of power at the moment. The only thing you can do is either answer her question or try to deflect, which she's not going to like. What would you like to do?
Was that information part of our agreement? I do not think so.
She smiles. Where did you learn this power?
Don't piss her off.
Someone more knowledgeable than me.
Can I get your persuasion check, Covet, to try to deflect her attention away? And this is a very important role for your character. With a 28, she raises an eyebrow at you. Very well. Keep
For the
your
record,
secrets.
Player just nearly wet herself. I'm just saying.
Keep your secrets. I have my suspicions. And she drops the subject. With a 28 persuasion. Yeah. She drops the subject. Wow. All right, we'll go there. She turns to the iron flask.
Yeah, I did my job. I did my job.
The desire and urge to out Leslie as your patron is deflected. She is going to ignore that line of thought at the moment, thanks to your persuasion check.
She's hyperventilating over here.
Good. It's called emotional content. We shoot for that. She turns.
I'm fine.
You're fine? Bull honky.
Just to say, I saw her life flash in front of my eyes.
She turns to the iron flask and looks at you. Once this power is taken, I cannot return it to the flask. You understand that?
I do.
The Shadeless ritual will commence tonight while you sleep. She turns and holds the iron flask up to her lips. The red lipstick pressed up against the flask, and she will rotate the lid and open it, placing the flask against her lips. She will breathe in. As she breathes in, you see the tendrils of shadow trying to escape the flask and try to crawl down it, but her inhalation pulls them up and into her nose and into her mouth. Her eyes will glow black for a moment. She blinks and exhales for a moment. No darkness comes out. She stoppers the flask. And for a moment, you wonder, where's Absinthe? The Lady of Shadows looks at you. Interesting. She twists her neck a little bit. Almost like trying to find a popcorn kernel shell in a tooth. Stuck in the gums there, she thinks and concentrates. Pursing her lips, she holds her hand outwards and, as if blowing a kiss, exhales an emerald and jade green mist into her hand. It swirls there in her hand and forms into a serpentine figure. The legs, with little tiny claws, clamp hold of her index finger. She turns it. The swirl wafts more solidly into a tail, a back, two wings, a neck, and a head with little tiny teeth and glowing eyes. And a little comes from the little pseudo dragon in her hands. Absinthe is free. She looks at the pseudo dragon on her finger, smiles at it, and pets down its spine. The dragon wriggles as its pet here, being given the willies on a little drake. She turns, and with a little lift of her hand, the little pseudo-dragon flies to you, Covet Von Sin.
I put out my hand and wait for the little dragon to fly to me.
It swirls around you once, twice, and then will land on your hand.
And she holds him. She just relishes him in her hand once again, because she hasn't had him there for so long. And she just kind of puts her head, leans her forehead down, waiting for him to bump his forehead against hers,
He does.
and says, "Never again." And places him on her shoulder.
I step over to Covet and slip a sugar cube or two into her hand so she can give a treat, a welcome home treat to Absinthe.
He gladly takes the sugar cubes and pops them in Absinthe's mouth, one by one.
The little pseudo-dragon, who hasn't eaten for over a year, ravenously consumes the sugar treats instead of good protein or food that it should be eating.
She chuckles seeing this, and she says, "This is just to tie you over just for a little bit. I promise." It's a spirit.
The power of Zuckareth will infuse me with the ability to cast the Shadeless Ritual tonight. You will be given rooms here in the Spire, free of charge. She looks pointedly at Twilight's Call. For the night, you may remain here for as long as you desire. Our business is not completed, not until the Child of Shadows is freed. Once that is done, then our business will be concluded, not before. I wish you each the best. If there is further need that you have, ask it of my servants, and they will bring the entreaty to me if it so is needed. Otherwise, you can deal with Black Tongue. He will answer any requests you have. That does not mean, Twilight's Call, that he will grant them, but rather that he will answer them. I'm sorry, they broke up. I need to go ahead and clarify. They had a technical issue. I got a message. When will the business be concluded? When the Child of Shadows is freed. Did it break up again? When the Child of Shadows is freed, that's when the business will be concluded. All right, I got thumbs up this time. Lauren, you were saying something?
May I ask, how should we collect the shard?
She smiles at you. My associate will deliver it to your room. Isara the Veiled will be the one to bring it to your room later today.
I understand. Thank you.
And once all shards collected, staff restored, portals closed, material plane secured, and we're ready to proceed to the grove to secure your child. You'll help us get there?
If you have the Baneful Ashwood Spire, you will be able to teleport there yourself. The plane shifting that is tied to the staff will allow you access to where it came from. Activating the staff will necessarily send you to the Shintaran Grove. Do you have any other questions for me? I find you more entertaining than most of the entreaties that I receive from my subjects. This is a nice distraction from my everyday tasks.
When should we meet you here for the ritual?
She smiles, almost like she's about to laugh. You need not come to me for the ritual. The ritual will take place tonight.
She said earlier that it would be while we sleep.
Okay, that must have been when our internet was in and out. Sorry.
Yep.
Okay.
The ritual will happen when you sleep. Which may give Covet the willies.
Just smidge.
Just a smidge. Just a smidge. It's intended to. And I'm sorry ahead of time.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
Let's be honest here. No, you're not.
Look, guys, I'm pulling the emotional cords. I apologize for the player, but I know that you know my intent is pure. Okay. So, is there anything else you have questions about?
Not that I can think of.
All right. Then she's going to ask a question of her own. Eowyn, member of the Blue Cloaks, soon to be the Shadeless One. What is your aim after the Shintaran Grove? Eowyn, you there?
I'll go back home and just take some time to rest and figure it out from there.
I would like to offer you a position here. Your reputation is strong without being a politician, you have formed an alliance with some of the greatest and most powerful ones in our entire land. You have made friends with a noblewoman of the Fey courts, the ruler, or soon-to-be ruler, of the Shintaran Grove, the ambassador of the Shinoza Protectorate, and a princess of the Carial Isles, and one of the chieftains of the Musatars. Do not think, Bwinkle, that you are not recognized here. Your reputation is known to us.
Thank you, my lady.
Your efforts against the Moose Chucks is notable. Will you return after the Shintaran Grove and reclaim your tribe?
That is to be discussed between Ayla and I at a future time.
Know this, Bwinkle of the Raging Antlers. I would house your tribe here in Ochukvuk, given the opportunity. So if they seek a home, they have it.
Thank you, my lady. I will consider it.
Eowyn, your friends are all politicians, leaders in their own rights, but you are a follower who has brought them together. I believe that you may have learned enough to become a leader in my army and in my employ. If this interests you after your venture to the Shintaran Grove, tell me, and as Shadeless you will become captain of my guard. Your blue cloak would be replaced with one of onyx and black.
I see. I will take time to think about your offer. Thank you.
She gives you a bit of a nod. Your opportunity as a temptation to you to utilize fire in an everyday task would be encouraged. But you will be served dinner in your bedrooms. It is not near as good as the Carial Isles, I'm sure, but it will suffice and provide you with nourishment. And you have a good evening. And tomorrow, you will join the Shadeless. And with a poof, she's going to dissolve into smoke and mist, and wafting away in 6 different directions, she disappears under various doors and alcoves, leaving you guys alone in the throne room.
To herself, does that hurt?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Covet wonders to herself as she sees a Lady of Shadows just separate into like all this mist and smoke and goes in various directions. She's like, does that hurt?
You realize for a moment, you do something similar when you do Misty Step.
Ayla whirls around at Winkle and says, "We need to talk."
See that?
Does this mean the talk with the Lady
One
Shadows
direction,
went well?
not 6.
I would say it went very well.
Seems so.
Well as I could have expected. You did well.
Yes,
Very.
very well, Aelin.
That's a relief.
No.
You're going to hear a door open
did
and the
warn
click, click, click of shoes walking towards you guys as Black Tongue returns. Come with me.
Yes.
As we follow.
As you follow him, he's going to take you down a series of halls before leading you to a bedroom. One large suite. This is only one of 8 rooms in the suite, each connected by doors. He gestures to the room. Your accommodations. Is there anything you need tonight?
We will need
Just dinner
food,
and
and I'm certain that Covet Hansen will need some extra items for Absinthe. You will have to ask her what Absinthe will consume tonight.
Very well. It will be provided. Sleep well. And he turns, and with a click, 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 you will walk away, closing the door behind him. Leaving you guys together after your interview with the Lady of Shadows.
Well, that was interesting in more than one way.
how does everybody feel?
She wasn't as
me,
scary as I
everything-
thought she'd
A
be.
little brain.
What was that, Eowyn?
I said she wasn't as scary as I thought she'd be.
Yeah, I wasn't certain what we'd find when we met the lady, but you can just sense her power, but she is quite attractive at the same time. I imagine that's how being shadeless will be as well.
That is why we went to such great lengths to prepare for this.
Yes.
That she would receive us the way that she did.
Well,
Frankly,
everybody
receive us at all.
discusses this stuff. Covet is just, petting Absinthe.
It's nice to see our
So-
little dragon friend back.
It is, isn't it? Seeing him free. But I wonder, with this ritual, will it take him too? I don't know. Will he be affected?
I guess we'll find out. But Absinthe, we're glad to see you. We have missed you as well.
So, you got a job offer, Eowyn. How you feel about that one?
I'm not really sure how to feel about it.
I mean, I know you're wanting to take over the Blue Cloaks, but this is an interesting opportunity.
I would need a lot of time to think about it.
Ayla turns and looks at Winkle and says, "And what is this about the raging antlers and you being a chieftain? Were you planning on telling anybody about this? Like maybe your wife?"
Well, it never came up.
What kind of excuse is that?
Really?
I didn't get hit.
You didn't get hit?
Yeah, I figured if I would have told you, you would have whacked me.
Well, I'll be
Is that-
glad to do it now.
Is that habit making you dumber?
No.
Have you got your headband on?
No, you have to think of it like a guy.
Well, enlighten me since I'm a female.
Okay.
Oh,
Covet leans over and says, "Tread lightly, Winkle."
Well,
Twilight will whisper, stage like, "You know how to do this, right?"
what would that be?
Small words.
No, you can do
Oh.
that with your wife. He's small. Anyway, you know, when a guy is married, there's two words that he uses all the time. Yes, dear.
And what does that have to do with the problem here?
You don't use more words than that.
Then that's stupid, and I'm going to take my headband of intelligence back away. Darling, would you enlighten me and the rest of the group now? Is there anything else I should know about you being a chieftain, and what's this about your group needing a home and the raging antlers?
Well, the raging antlers, because I used to use them for goring the moose chucks. Would take out 30 or 40 of them at a time. Now, my people needing a place to live is because one of your relatives were helping us. And we were in trouble because the moose chucks were attacking us in a valley. And we were losing because they kept going underground and we couldn't get them. So, one of your relatives saw a beaver dam holding a large lake. They went up and blew it up, and all this water came down, and the moose chucks had to come up out of the ground or drowned. That way we actually won because we could destroy them. The trouble is, it ruined the land and they cannot resettle it.
The land that he's talking about is now a giant lake.
One of my
I think you
people
broke Ayla.
or my family?
I think it could have been your grandfather.
Well, that would explain his disappearance.
wait a minute. How old are you?
Who, me?
No, Winkle.
Me?
You don't remember my yeah, now I don't ask how old he is. I'm scared to find out. But that would assume my grandfather's disappearance, why he just went off and never came back.
I'm an older man. I'm 50. But we live a long time.
So if you're a chieftain, oh wow, this gets crazier and crazier the more I
Cougar.
think about it.
Cougar.
I feel like we should stop this habit of withholding important information from the rest of us.
I think I agree wholeheartedly.
Twilight looks pointedly at Aowen.
You'll sleep eventually. Remember that.
With me, remember that.
Continue.
I counterspell your counterspell, sir.
No, I think it's the other way around since I'm just like 30 and he's 50.
Okay. Okay. So,
Like the story of age gap romance.
right? So, as you guys are in your room, this evening you will be provided with its food. It consists of steak and potatoes. It's not great. There's some veggies in the form of some artichoke hearts on the side of the steak and potatoes. That's pretty much it.
Wow. Yeah, but that's good. That's good.
This is the perfect meal on the material plane.
And then I need an insight check from Twilight's Call. Thank you, Twilight. Can I get an insight check from Winkle? Maybe? Maybe Ayla? Maybe just everybody at this point. Cool. Awesome. Thank you, Islarn. Appreciate that. Thank you, Winkle.
8 for me went through.
This is awesome.
Oh,
All right.
Aowen.
There you go, Covet. I just sent you a message.
Winkle's looking for some Moose One sauce.
There's no Moose
Oh,
One sauce
yo!
because there's no Moose One sauce because they don't want to ruin steaks.
She's gonna go take a bite. She just has this revelation of
It's delicious.
guys.
You can
She
smell
didn't
it.
take a bite yet.
Not yet? Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. She does take a bite. She's chewing, and she doesn't swallow yet. But then she has this revelation of, guys. There was no grazing area for cows.
Don't say what you think it might be. We don't want to offend anybody.
She's just like, okay, well, whatever this is, it's really good. And she swallows.
It's steak of something.
It's enough. We're not going any farther.
I hope it's not moose.
Haven't seen any
It's the
wooded.
dragon.
Haven't seen
What's the
any
dragon?
wooded places or lakes for moose, except over near the falls.
Oh. as you guys enjoy, quote unquote, enjoy your dinner with a little bit of apprehension, you were told that you'll become shadeless tonight. Is there any preparations or anything you'd like to do this evening prior to going to bed here in the Shadespire?
Covet would want to make sure that Absinthe got whatever this meat is.
Absence will chow down. Gonna eat a whole quarter-pound section of that steak. Gonna have
When
a
he's
little
done, she
round
scratches
belly
him under
in there. The little pseudo dragon. There's a little round overstuffed belly, just being like, gee, Americ with a big belly. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Stop
scratch
laughing.
him under the belly and be like,
Stop laughing.
I'm not laughing.
Bull honky, bull honky.
You knew what you're talking about.
Right before Twilight and Covet bed down for the night, he will do enhanced ability on both of them at the 3rd level.
Okay.
It only lasts an hour, but
Can I get your stealth check,
Yeah.
Twilight, then?
say again.
Can I get your stealth check, please, with advantage, then? Cool. No one's going to hear you tonight, Twilight. I know it lasts an hour, so you got an hour. Does it take you an hour,
So
Twilight?
The purpose of this enhanced ability for tonight is to get through whatever the shadeless transformation may or may not impose on both of us.
Cool. Now, enhance ability, do you have to pick a specific ability score to increase?
It is.
Cool.
Yeah. And was going to do Bear's Endurance for Constitution.
Understood? Sweet. All right. Anyone else want to do anything tonight?
I'm going to cast Death Ward on myself.
Ooh. Okay. You think there's a chance of just dying outright here?
I have no idea what this entails, so
Cool.
I'm not really at the possibility.
Ayla, anything you want to do tonight?
Yeah, before Winkle and I bed down, I'm going to cast Aura of Vitality.
Okay.
That'll take care of both of us,
Sure.
I think, in case we should need it.
Okay. Covet did her preparation, yes? Anything else you want to do, Covet? As we go right to
I'm
left?
looking through just to make sure. Come to me last because I'm looking through just to make sure I'm there. I don't think that there's
Sure.
much that I can do for long term.
Cool. Twilight, anything
That's
else?
why I'm
you'd like
checking
to
to make sure.
No, that's it.
All right. Anyone, any preparations you wanted to do?
I think I'm going to copy Ayla and also cast my own Aura of Vitality,
Very well.
just in case.
Cool.
I am actually. I know what I'm going to do. I am going to do a resistance because it's resistance for many things. But she's going to do resistance against psychic. That's what she's going to go to bed with.
Okay. Winkle, are there any preparations you'd like to make?
Well, I'm a little nervous, and I'm walking around lightly singing, Me and My Shadow.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Leave the barding to the professionals.
Can I get a performance check for Mr. Winkle?
Oh, it's going to be bad.
This is going to be great. Thank you. Apparently,
Yep, that's bad.
That's
apparently,
about what you gave us.
yeah. Apparently, dumpsters are not big enough to carry the tune for you.
It's on fire. It's lit.
Yeah, it's labeled GM Eric.
Oh, just in real life.
Yeah, that container is just labeled GM Eric's singing skills. No. All right. Well, just before you guys go to bed, you'll hear a knock at the door.
Who is it?
I'm going to open.
Hello.
As you open the door, you are met by the individual that you were told was going to come, Nisara the Veiled. He's
He's
carrying.
supposed to bring the shard. Is that not correct?
That's what you were told.
Yes.
He brings in a large box. It's a good 1.5 feet long by about a foot deep, and about 8 inches high. It's black. Not surprising. He comes in, doesn't say a word, holds the box outwards.
Take the box from him.
He
Winkle goes over and takes the box.
So Islarin has it.
Sorry,
Winkle's
Lauren,
taking
you were
it
saying.
from-
Yeah.
Islarin has it. Are you going to take the box from Islarin, or are you going to let Islarin have it?
His Lauren can have it.
Very well. As you take the box from this figure, he gives you a nod, puts his hands to his side, gives you a half kowtow, just a tilting of his torso forward. Straightening up, he turns and leaves the room. The door's still open, looking out into the hall. You'll watch him walk down the hall to the right.
I will go ahead and add that to the party inventory.
I am going to slip over and close the door.
Just using the inventory on. So whatever we want to do with it, that's Lauren's choice.
I'll open the box just to confirm that it is the shard that we're expecting.
It is. As you look inside, there's a long piece of wood, blackened, with jagged edges, and you know that one of those ends will fit with the rest of the shards that you have.
5 of 6.
Just 5. That's all we've got right now.
Yep.
So close, so close.
Right.
Well, friends, I'm tired. I'm going to bed.
Rest well.
We'll see you in the morning, God willing.
As everyone goes to bed, each of you begins to feel drowsy. Oh, very drowsy. It's almost overpowering how the yawns travel and cause your eyes to get heavy as each of you will fall asleep. Those of you who are of elven descent, are you going to go to sleep?
I will. I'm only half elven, so yeah, I'm going to sleep.
Eowyn, are you going to go to sleep?
Yeah.
Okay. Covet and Twilight.
As much as it's a unique and something that we don't regularly experience, I think in this particular situation, it might be in our best interest to actually fall asleep.
Very well.
Almost as a sign of good faith, even though neither one of us are thrilled
An
about
agreement has been struck.
Very well.
it. It's part of the deal.
Cool. As each of you places your head on the pillows, your eyes close, and a quiet, peaceful sleep washes over each of you. The camera views the door shifting across each of the beds. First that with Ayla and Boinkle, then past Covet and Twilight, to Eowyn's bed, and then subsequently to Islarin's, before coming to the door to the suite where the hall is. Darkness begins to crawl from each of the beds across the floor. From each of the sleepers, it sheds like water off of the back of a dog. The shadows slip free and crawl hand over hand towards the door, eager to leave, called to go. The shadeless continue their slumber before a very gentle, radiant light shines under the door, and a pale mist, slightly luminescent, enters the room. It hovers, and then, with very gentle, cautious movements, makes its way to each of the beds. First to Ayla's, where the gentle fog wafts over Ayla and Bwinkle, caressing them on the face. Unfelt, it leaves behind a pale glow and moves towards Covet and Twilight, where again it touches them on the tip of their ears and on their cheeks. It doesn't wake them, but rather leaves its evidence of its passage behind. It hovers over Eowyn and strokes his cheek as well, or going to Slarin. There the pale glow shimmers with her skin, shining a pale blue before fading into the darkness. Each of you has been gifted with the feet of the shadeless. You can't add that to your character sheet right now because I don't want you to see what it is yet. But the ritual of the shadow tearing is complete. You guys no longer cast shadows, no matter where you are. No matter how bright the sun or the moon, the firelight or a candle, your shadows will not be on the ground or on the wall behind you. And with that, each of you will gain a long rest, and we'll level up. As you guys have acquired the 5th shard of the baneful Ashwood Spire after your negotiation with the Lady of Shadows. And we'll come back next week to explore what else happens to the team. Because remember, guys, it's us against the gods. They've got a lot to say about things. As always, if you know someone who wants to play an Geomeric game, send them my way. I'd love to talk to them about either getting on the wait list or getting into a one-shot. We do have that clip contest going on, so if there's a clip from this session you like, toss the clip or timestamp in the Discord channel to be entered for that drawing at the end of the month for a really cool prize. Otherwise, we'll be back next week for the next session of this campaign. We'll be back tonight at 7 o'clock Central Time for the Rift Wardens, as they're investigating a spider lair in search for a goblin child who's gone missing.